Hey, what's up, guys? So now I wanted to talk about the three phases of the round and meta play. So what is a meta? Basically, a meta is the most effective tactic available at that specific time in the round. So be it early round, mid round, late round, usually mid and late round is when the meta comes into play. So what is early, late, and mid round? You may be wondering. So I've already launched up a server on Dust 2. Takes a second. Here we go. So all you have to focus on is basically the meta, and in the early round, basically what I think a lot of people don't do is that early round you can see the money that your teammates have. So like if you ever want to drop mid game, early round, you should like check who has already bought and who has money and then ask for it, rather than just going like, hey, can someone drop me an AK, and then you get 2 AKs dropped, which is really frustrating because your team loses a lot of economy and then it damages the economy a lot. Next up, I wanted to talk about the early round protocols on CT side. So there's like a few things that you should ask yourself. Basically, what spots do you guys want to get to? Do our spawns have anything to get to the spots? Do we need any utility, if any? And what if the T's are going to react to the same spots, like attack the same spots? So basically, let's just say you want to take long control on a CT sided. So what utility do you need? Usually, the T's, if they push out long, they throw a flashbang like right here, which usually flashes you off. So what a lot of people do is that they throw this smoke, which is just going here and then throwing this smoke. Either you guys, a lot of people throw this smoke, which I think is really, this is basically to stop like getting pre-fired or something. But what I've seen a lot more players do is that they throw this flashbang to get long control, which is basically an average flash, pop flash, which basically pops there, so that anybody that's holding long will be flashed and you have time to get into pit, which is a strat that a lot of teams use early round. And then after that, the other thing is the utility is the main part, and then if your spawns have to do anything with anything, so like taking long control, yes, you have to have a good spawn so that the enemies are flashed and the timing is correct as soon as you go in. And you can also like throw Molotov to like get better control and then trade your opponents. T-sided early round, what people usually do on Dust 2 is that they go long A with like two people going up. Yes, it does have to do with spawns, because a lot of times people ask if you have like the best spawn, and then you can like jump out and get on long as soon as possible, so that you can kill the guy that whoever's crossing from here to there, going into mini pit. And then there's mid-round plays. So on CT side, it's all about rotation. So like if you're A and then those guys decided to execute B, the T's, and if like B smoked or flat or something like this smoke, which I think is really good on Dust 2. They can just go in, get a entry frag, and then your teammate knows, and he's probably calling that, oh, they're B. And then you have to rotate, so you have to find out what's like the most effective tactic to like retake the site, which comes in late round. But then mid round is all about rotating, or like holding your angles and stuff in CT sided. And then on T side, it's all about taking map control mid round. So like if you get long control, you can just hold on to your control until either your team does something about it, or somebody from the CT side it pushes and make mistakes, because that's an integral part of the game. The opponent team makes mistakes. That's what gives highlight plays to better players, because if nobody would push and everyone would like play passively, that would basically not make any highlights and nobody would like win. It would be pretty boring, to be honest, and then nobody likes to play boring games mostly. So unless you're in the pro division, and even then a lot of people make mistakes even in the pro leagues. So you should like get control of long and stuff, so you just hold till like either somebody pushes or your teammates get an entry on like some other part of the map. That's how long control on T side works. And then late round is basically retaking, which is you guys can practice that a lot in community servers and stuff. Retaking B is actually quite easy, quite hard on most maps, such as Mirage, Dust 2, because there's not many openings. Like right here, all if they have a smoke and they smoke tunnels and they molly that, and then they have another smoke and they smoke doors. You don't have a way of getting in because you're pretty sure you die as soon as you walk into that smoke. So it's pretty hard to retake, B sites. Whereas a lot of people say that it's way easier because there's a lot more openings, a lot more open area, so that even if they smoke short or even if they smoke CT, you still have a huge opening on long that they'll need at least 2 people to watch if you're gonna go all out on long for the retake. But on T side, that's what a good post plant or after plant situation that the teams have to handle. Basically, if you're the T and you have A control, what you can do is you can, like I said, throw these smokes, and then one guy can either I messed up on the smoke. Throw these smokes, and then one guy could watch this place. So if anybody comes out of the smoke, you can instantly trade them out, or if anybody comes out short, you can trade them out, and then 2 guys can watch long, so that they can't get in anywhere. Or what you can do is that one guy can go push long, unless he gets traded, that is, then everybody has to hide on side like the other 2 guys. So that's how you can get retake, and then after plant situation, that's how you get good at them. And really good method, way of practicing is playing either executes or retakes on community browsers, and this is how you do it. You just play CSGO community server browser, you search retake or execute, whatever you want to play, and then there's a lot of retake options like this one that you can hop into. So that is Mirage only, retake, every round is going to be played on Mirage. Unfortunately it's full, but that's how it works. That's how the 3 metas of the round work. No, the 3 phases of the round work, and that's how a meta works in the game. I'll see you guys in the next section.